We're out this morning on some public ground. I'm gonna go drop a few more cameras. Brought 4 with me. We'll see if we get them all out or not. This piece I'm accessing is actually accessible by foot, but when you come in by foot to hunt it, you usually jack it up. There is a couple places in here that's kind of landlocked between this creek and some private land. So without crossing the creek, which gets pretty deep, or coming in by canoe, it's pretty much inaccessible, or having access to come in from private land. We're gonna get some cameras out and see what happens. We've had some really good bucks here in the past. We're gonna see what comes up this year. Got the old trolling motor set up on the canoe here. Cut down on the manpower. All right, let's see where we get the cameras going. Well, we made it about as far as we can make it. From this point, we're really starting to get close to the private land. Got some fields up there on the left. It is private, timber still right, and then not far past around that bend, it turns all private. We got some tracks over there in the mud. Got a pretty good crossing coming up the hill here. Ain't super heavily traveled right now, but it will be. It's a spot that we've had a lot of really big bucks in the past, and we're gonna get a camera out here. I think we have some more rain in the forecast, so we're gonna have to make sure we get up on the bank and get it out somewhere safe of rising water. Right now the water's dropping, and dropping pretty fast. It was a couple feet higher 3 or 4 days ago. But normally I can't make it this far with a canoe. Luckily I did today. All right, let's get a camera up. They just don't look at you the same way when you're in a canoe. Like, I'm sure she got a baby not far away, so she ain't taking off like crazy, but just staring at me like, what are you? You're just not the same threat when you're in a canoe. She gone now though. I didn't bring my bow today, but man, I could have freaking nailed some carp. This dude just don't even know. Might have to make a trip back in with the old bow for long. Well, try to get up here on the bank, hang camera. I think this little fallen tree and log jam up here is going to give me the ability to get up. Got some does up there freaking out right now. There's always heavy deer travel here. We're going to lodge up in here and get up there. Well, we up on the bank. Big old bed here. Yeah. It's really challenging hanging cameras in this stuff. And it's crunchy and loggy under here. And then this stuff is just so freaking tall and thick. I mean, these are stinging metals. So they're not pleasant to walk through either. And deer like to eat them. I had real good success right here last year. Had a couple cameras hung. Big ground scrape up here. And it's just so thick and nasty in here. See if I can find a spot, put a camera up. I think we found our spot. Got 2 or 3 trails that merge together here. Kind of hard to see in this crap. A couple beds and stuff, and then over there is a fallen treetop that I set up in last year. Had several deer come by. Led about 140-inch 8-point walk here, and my wife missed a couple does here. But we're going to see if we can get some inventory of what they turned into this year. All right, we got her hung. Let's go get the next one going. We're going something a little different on this one. I don't usually hang them on open areas, but there's just so much browse and foliage has been nipped off in here. We're gonna put that one high over open area here and see what happens. I know there's a lot of deer travel through this area. I don't ever really hunt it, but there's tons of sign. Curious to see how much going to be daytime or nighttime pictures. But we'll find out. I usually hang them on a creek crossing near here, but it's a little risky right now, water levels, so we're gonna throw it there for now, and then worst case scenario, here in a month or so, we'll freaking move it closer to the creek. All right, one left. Get back to the canoe and go find a place to hang it. Coming around the bank up here where my canoe's parked at, and just tons of tracks down through there. It's insane. A lot of them coming down hitting the water, but got a dandy here. I mean, this is a good solid 4-finger track there. I mean, granted, it is a track and a track, but you got some pretty good solid footprints down there. I don't have exactly a small toe there. All right, let's get back in the canoe and to the next spot. Usually throw a camera up on the tree right there. Got a pretty solid crossing here. It crosses the river, but it's not super heavy traveled right now, but it's got some travel. But the opening up there at the top of that's where I placed that last camera. If it don't do any good there, we'll move on back down here onto the river. I think we'll get pictures there. Do a little ways up here around the bend, we're gonna pop out again and place my last camera. Got a new spot up here I found. It was pretty cool last year. Had a lot of big buck sign in it, and me and my wife actually had a really cool encounter where we had a buck come in and snort wheeze at us, but it was so thick and we're down on the ground, we had no chance of spotting it. I think it was probably well within bow range. Through all the brush, we just didn't have a chance to get eyes on him. Not sure how well you can see her, but got a doe over there on the far side of this clearing. Popped up the bank and ran 4 small bucks off, and now we got a little doe. She looks like she's probably just yearling. Mama probably kicked her away and got a fawn, and she's on her own trying to figure out life. I don't even think she knows I'm here. Like she spooked, like I spooked her coming up through all that brush, but she's just being goofy now. All right, well, we're going where she just came from to put this camera. Well, there she is, the last one. We're gonna overlook this area here. Last year, there was a huge trail established through here. Once this green field got grown up, it was real thick. And there's several real heavy ground scrapes, lots of freaking bush rubs. So, with anticipation of it doing the same this year, we're gonna put a camera there and see what happens. Well, we got the last camera out. Now we just kind of troll back to the Jeep, get her loaded up, and see what's next for today. Guess I go do some fishing or something. It's a rough life these days. We'll see you next time.